Our new garden bed journey started with the removal of this Bradford pear that you see here. I don't know who planted it so close to the house or underneath the power lines, but please don't do that. In fact, don't plant Bradford pears at all if you can really help it. They only live about 20-25 years and they start to have some serious problems. This tree was about 30 years old and it was on its way out. It was going to become a disaster pretty quickly. Once the tree was down, we had a company come out and remove the stump for us. And I had this big plot of land. Well, not big, but I had this bigger plot of land to get started on, and I could expand my beds into there because I could always use more garden space, right? You can see kind of the ground that I have to deal with. I can't really grow much in the ground here just because of the sand content. So I started looking and I found a bed plan that I liked. This is a Keyhole bed. It was about 20 feet long by 12 foot wide, as you see here. So after I found some plans online, I got started with trying to set the holes and set the posts for the corners of all of them, which was easier said than done. As you can see, that stump had some serious roots there. A lot of them were a pretty big problem to get out of there. They put up quite a fight. The tree was not quite ready to go, even though it should have. After we got the lumber delivered and I got all of the posts set, I think there was 18 different posts. Each of them are set about 2 foot deep. As you can see here, the soil is just extremely sandy. That's why I have to use raised beds here. There's no possible way I could grow anything in the ground itself because of that sand. It's nice when it rains, but we had a few setbacks with snow, weather, the ground freezing that really caused some problems. The first layer, the first level closest to the ground, was the hardest to get on. The second layer, it was easy. It was definitely easier than the first once everything was squared up. Just to walk through here of what everything looks like with that together. I hadn't ever used the 2x12s before. They were different. Each board measured way too long. 2, 3, 4 inches longer than what it should be, even on the 12-foot boards. And it was really wet, so I had to get it set up. And I had to get it to this stage so it could dry in the sunlight for a couple months before I even tried sealing it or going any further. In the meantime, I wanted to run some irrigation to it because I was tired of running hoses on the ground throughout the yard, so I dug holes and dug a trench and put in irrigation. Sorry for this video, it's pretty shaky, but you get the idea. The soil being sandy is really nice for digging. That's the one good thing I have to say about it. Once the irrigation was done, I started cleaning up the area and backfilling in and putting mulch around things. I put some pond-safe expansion foam between the joints that were starting to widen out as it dried out, and then moved on to sealing the whole thing just so that treated lumber wouldn't get into the ground. 13 cubic yards of soil later, the beds were done, filled. Let me tell you, it was much faster in these pictures than it was in real life. The chickens have a new bed, and I added a little bed to the side of the chicken coop here just because, I had the space. Why not? See here one final walkthrough kind of the way things are now, and it looks pretty nice. If I had to do it again, I would definitely probably use a horseshoe bed, not a keyhole bed, just the geometry in the middle. It's a lot harder with the keyhole bed, but this is definitely a doable project for anybody. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So just some updates on our bed. Thanks for watching our video.